the difference between the nominal value and the share premium. So this is where people get confused. Let me simplify it. When it comes to the nominal value, it's a fixed legal minimum price per share that a shareholder must pay on incorporation of the company, or if they don't pay it on incorporation, is seen as unpaid and will need to be paid when the time comes. Really, it's a made-up concept, and this is the minimum a shareholder must pay to the company to be able to have that share. So for example, it's either typically paid on incorporation, or if the company goes insolvent, then that shareholder who still owes that money to the company will need to pay that money to the company then, and then it's going to be used to, for example, pay off debtors. The nominal value is typically £1 per share. It can also be as low as 1 pence per share. Now, anything paid above that nominal value is going to be recognized as a share premium. The premium or the markup that is paid above the base minimum nominal value. Now, to make sense of why this distinction exists, we must first understand why your company is referred to as a limited company, an LTD. Now, your company is referred to as a limited company because the shareholders' liability is limited to the nominal value of their shares. So, for example, if you created a new company today and you subscribed or bought 100 shares of nominal value of £1 per share, your liability is limited, aka capped, to £100. That's the case even if the company owes, let's say, £10,000 to a supplier. Now, assuming that you haven't given any personal guarantees. So that's why we have limited companies and nominal values. They work hand in hand. The nominal value caps your liability towards third parties outside of your limited company, and that's why we've got limited liability. Now, the reason for that is because we want to encourage people to start businesses because businesses are good for the economy. Now, to encourage people to take the risk of starting a business and setting up a company, the government introduced the concept of a limited company, which, as we discussed, limits the liability of the founding shareholders, gives them certainty over how much money they're going to lose if things go south. So that's how share capital works and why your company is referred to as a limited company.